Hello, this is a training video for the Simple List Builder 1.59 or above. I'm not going to go over the account or setting tabs. Those are pretty self-explanatory. The message system, basically you can copy and then paste in emojis and set up your message here that you can then broadcast, which is posting into the timeline, and you can schedule that post in the broadcast tab. Most of the place where the rubber meets the road is in the Facebook and or Facebook friend or group builder tabs. Here we have different selections of how the software can automatically pull in Facebook profiles and friend them. So you segment your list, and I'll go over the strategy in a different video, but you segment your list and you set up different types of friends. I've got buyer friends in here. Set a limit. Now, you can do 50 or 60 profile friend requests a day, as long as you have a friend in common, and that's the strategy here. And then you select, add friend. On the commenter and people, basically you're finding somebody who has posted and the commenters in your timeline. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video while I click the play button here and log in. After logging in, basically you're taken to your timeline and you find somebody that is posting that you friended before, that's posting, showing up in your timeline, and the people that comment on this person's post then are going to be the type of people that you're looking for. In this case, I'm looking for people that would purchase software or educational courses on LinkedIn marketing or other related marketing, perhaps even this product. And so here I go, the latest one, or the one that I'm showing here 13 hours ago on CPA marketing. And I see that the person's got 28 comments. No need for me to go into all of them, but what you do is you click right here on the post time, and that post link, and the software will pull it up. And basically, you want to be able to collect those people that are commenting, and you can set it to however many you think that you need to collect. So basically what the software will do, then it'll go through the comments and it will look up the people that are commenting, and then it will begin adding them. Friend request sent. And then it refreshes. And then it will click on the type of friends where you want it to be put into the list. Okay, add to another list, and it selects buyer friends. So it will begin to collect these targeted people and put them into a specified list. Okay, for the next type of people, we're going to do, we can either do new member of the group or all member of the group. For either one, we put in the URL of the group members. And I'm going to go ahead and let it log in again, pause the video, just a moment. Okay, so it went ahead and logged itself in from the play button again. And then it's set for all members of a group, which is pretty much the same as others. So I've got a consultants group that I'm having it navigate over to. And let's see here. A slow bandwidth right now. So we're over at consultants, coaches, consultants, and course creators. And when you come into a group, on the right you'll see the members link, and then it will begin going to town on the different profiles from the group members. In the strategies video that I'll make along with this, I'll show you how we look for, find, and then join and run the group memberships. This is just for the software of this training. But basically, you click on the members link that's over on the right, 3 or 4 inches down, and that's the link that you paste into the simple list builder. It will then find the friends that you have a friend in common with and begin to reel those people in and put them into a specified list. So one of the things about this is if you do the new members, it's pretty cool because you can get people that just joined, that they're active and freshly interested in that subject. So that's something that I find is very valuable. Anyway, it's going to go ahead and go through the different members and slowly go through each one. It can't run it too fast because then it looks like it's a robot. So it's going to pause appropriately and make it look like a human is doing this naturally. We call it a human emulation system. If you're already friended that person, of course, it's not going to try and friend them. So here we have another person, and apparently we have some friends in common. And send a friend request. And you can, set it to do 50 or however many you want. So now we're going to do the last from the drop down, and this is friends of a specific profile. You put in the profile URL here, okay? Not after you click it where the friends are, but just the URL of the profile. Set your limit and the list of friends where you want it to be, of course. And we'll go ahead and pause while we log in. So the software is going to navigate over to the profile, and then it's going to go ahead and log into where the friends are. Pull up the friends page. And start checking out the people. Now this person I'm already friends with, and I do have a bunch of friends with this person. But basically that's what it's going to do, is it's just going to keep on going through the people and looking to see if it can create the next friending as it moves down the list from top to bottom. Over to the LinkedIn tab. When you bring in profiles on the Facebook tab here, then it brings in their name and it makes them available here. And I didn't run them all right now, but if you have this type up here, it says use Facebook profile links or use full name. You can put in a single full name if you're hunting for somebody's name on LinkedIn, if it's local to you. Or down here you can put in a list of names. Alright, and you can select a hide browser while this is running, which that setting is also in the settings tab. But the main thing is that you can find people on LinkedIn that are derived from Facebook, and the people that are on LinkedIn that you find on Facebook, and usually you get 50-60% of the time you can find that person. The more professional they are, of course, the easier they are to find on LinkedIn. So what the software does is it takes their name and basic information and the profile picture, it displays it here, and then it uses their name and location to find them on LinkedIn. So for instance, this first person, Frankie Magana from Las Vegas, you can see it's the same profile picture. Boom, found him, done. This is a founder and head coach at National Coaching League, and this is the same over here. You can see head coach at National Coaching League. Different picture, same person. Now, it will pull in the top 3 people if it's available, just in case you don't get the first one. So it pulled in somebody else that's also with the same name and location. So I just simply delete that person, and then I have that person, the correct one, here. Same thing here. We have Nick Polisi, and we've got Nick Polisi over here, founder and CEO, Digital Profit Experts, and entrepreneur at Your Digital Mentor. So is this the same person? Same person, third. Okay, so this is the same person here, so simply go down here, delete that, and I've got that person. Not sure what's going on there. Sometimes you get some strange anomalies, so I'll delete that person. And then this picked up graphics web architecture. The person was actually using that in their Facebook profile, and it picked it up right here. So it's you see that it's the same person, and graphic webs architecture, graphic architecture, and it's in Lisbon, Portugal. So that's just how you do it. You just go through and you find them. I found a real good percentage there, but generally speaking, you can find a lot of people on LinkedIn, and then you just select them, and you have your invite set up, and click invite, and it will invite them to connect on LinkedIn, building your LinkedIn network as well. Now, the accept connection tab, I've been debating on whether to keep it. Basically, when people are accepted on LinkedIn, you can log in with it and see those people that accepted your connection. And then the idea is that if you want to, then you could delete them on a friend basis over on Facebook if you really needed to make room. So still debating on whether to keep that or not. Broadcast tab, basically set up your message over in the message, and then you can select which kind of background you want. If you want to attach a photo or video, click here and attach it, and then you set it for the time, either the current time or like the next morning, for instance, when you're not going to be awake yet, but you want it to go out early and catch up with, let's say, the Eastern time zone, which is my use for it. And you can do a LinkedIn post as well, but LinkedIn doesn't take in some of the different emojis and characters and stuff that Facebook does. But basically, once you've got it set up, you just click the plus sign, and you can delete as well. And then to post, you just hit the play button, and it will either post right then or wait until the proper time. Facebook friend. This is a kind of a busy little tab here. So what we're doing here is we're bringing in our Facebook friends, okay? And every 3 or 4 days you want to click the play button here and bring in your friends. Now, basically what you want to do is you want to select, after you've got all of your initial friends in, as you progress every couple 3 days, you want to select get only recently done friends, and you click the play button, and it will bring in just the people in the last 3 or 4 days that you have connected with and you become friends with. And at that point, then you can set up your message, and you can select the ones that you want to run a private message to, and then just hit the message button and private message them to join your group, or to visit your web page, like a page, or communicate however you want. Maybe offer them some free coaching, whatever your entry is. I like just inviting people to do a private message session. You can learn a lot about people and what their needs are. Let them know about what you offer and stuff. Just inviting them to connect and communicate. So that's been a good strategy for me. I've gotten several sales just off of having a private conversation with people, and you can just initiate that conversation with your initial message. This is one of my latest posts, and so I had it set on post, but obviously I'm not going to private message them Happy Thursday. But you want to set up your your link and whatever initial contact strategy you want, and then go ahead and private message them. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that you can only have 1,000 outstanding friend requests, and then Facebook will stop you from friending people. So in order to deal with that, what I've built up here is the ability to pull in the friend requests that have already been sent that they have not accepted. Okay, and mine's 152 at this moment, and so basically you just select them, and you're only going to do this maybe once every 2, 3, 4 weeks, but every once in a while you want to get all the latest people that haven't accepted your friend request. If you have a bunch sitting here, you can just delete out what's in here, hit the play button, bring in the latest, and then select them all and then X them, and that will the software will log in and withdraw that friend request. And so as you select and X, so that's typically what you want to do, but only once in a while. Okay, that's just so you don't go mad having to do it by hand, because if you had to do that by hand, you would not be happy. I started doing it by hand, and I just went, oh no, I'm not gonna spend 3 hours on this, or however long it would have taken. I just had the programmer build that in, so you're welcome. So this is our busy little tab for private messaging. So you've got 2 main ways that you communicate with people. One is the private messaging, and a good rule of thumb for the private messaging is no more than 40 private messages over about a 12-hour period. Okay, it will do it slowly, it will emulate a human doing it, but you still have to be very careful about how many you're sending. And the other, of course, is the broadcast into your timeline. It's going to post that in your timeline, and it's going to in your Facebook account. It's going to you can set in your Facebook account which friend list sees those postings, and so that's where you do it from. Again, I'll probably put that into the strategies video. The group builder, one of the interesting things is that Facebook allows you to load in names and emails. And this is how Facebook keeps up with their own internal email list, is you can have names and emails of people that you want to invite to your group. So if you set up a group, which I suggest that you do, it doesn't cost anything but a little bit of time, then have at least a little bit of content that you're going to communicate and promote with people, and then begin inviting them. And you put in the group name here, and you select either Facebook friends or load email. The Facebook special list we're not doing at the moment. So Facebook friends, and that's what this is. Okay, is your Facebook friends, and then load email. Now, if you do the load email, then you load in a CSV file of name and email into the system here. And you don't want to do more than about 500 a day, but that's a lot. So if you've got that many people on a list, then it will slowly but surely load them in, and Facebook will invite them to join your group. So it's a really good group building strategy. And over here, then you can select your friends and just select your Facebook friends here and hit the play button, and it will invite your friends into the group. Now, when you go out and you reach out to find and join groups, okay, you can put in any key. This is our group finder. You can put in any keyword here. So if you wanted groups on LinkedIn, you would type in LinkedIn and set the limit. Now, when I go searching for groups, okay, I usually want a limit of around 30. Just start off with, and you just click search group, and so it will go out and it will find those groups. It'll bring them in, and it'll tell you the group name and how many members are in that group to let you know, hey, is this a group worth joining? And once it runs its search, then this button changes, and one of the selections is join. And then you can just select a group that you want to join. You don't want to join more than 8 to 10 groups a day, and it will take a little bit of time to join them, but you just simply select the ones that you want to join, and you'll see that this button changes, and it'll allow you to click it, and then it will join those groups for you, again saving you a bunch of time. As you join the groups, of course, then you're going to find more people to target that you can then turn around and have join your group. So this is about the fastest way to build a Facebook group, that you can do without advertising. Now, of course, if you do have a few friends, they have a bunch of friends that are targeted to a group. You can ask your friends, hey, could you recommend your friends to join my group? So that is something that you can do as well. And between all of these different strategies and emails and the mass friending that we have going on, in rapidly building our friends list, we can get a lot of people into a group real quick. So that is the inception of this tab. I know I need to make a separate video for the strategies, and that won't take very long. The strategies are very simple, actually, but like all strategies, they can take a ton of time if you don't have some type of automation, and that's why I built this. I've been adding, I've added more than 1,000 friends in the last couple of months, and very targeted people, and started growing my LinkedIn network with some of those as well. And so they're very good, highly targeted people. And now I can private message them, I can LinkedIn message them, and I can broadcast to them in the timeline over and over again and reach them without email. And so it's a really good strategy for building a list, and of course you don't have to pay for the list, and you get very, very targeted socially active people. And that's one of the keys, is that they're socially active because they're in a group, or they just joined a group, or they were commenting in your timeline. or they are active with one of your competitors. So this is the simple list builder, currently on version 1.59, and I will have regular updates to this as we continue to grow the technology. But for right now, it's doing really well, and I want to thank you for your purchase.